Hey everybody, it's Monday, which means it's the start of a new week, and this is week 3. Welcome back to all of you. I hope you enjoyed your 2 weeks of rest, a couple of weeks of Sabbath, just enjoying time during the holiday to spend with family and loved ones and not have to worry so much about coursework. I certainly enjoyed mine. I'm very, very happy to be back and to kick week 3 off. And this week we're talking about covenant relationships. So just let's dive right in, shall we? You have some reading to do as always. And so, again, the reading is relatively short as we're just reading chapter 3 in the Epic of Eden. But then also notice the passages from the book of Joshua and First Samuel, which you're going to be reading as well in your Bibles. There are no videos posted for this week, but we do have some additional resources that may be helpful for you as you prepare your application assignments as well as your discussion responses. All right, so let's go right now to the week 3 discussion prompts as let's see the discussion question number 1. What is the significance of circumcision in the Old Testament, and why might the covenant have required it? Okay, so chapter 3 in the Epic of Eden is all about covenant. Cutting a covenant. What does it mean to cut a covenant? We talk about contracts today or business deals. So this is the biblical language for this kind of contract is called a covenant, and so we're talking about that. Again, 150 words minimum. Don't just say, "Oh, circumcision is this," and then this is why it was required. Really elaborate. Find this. The chapter really talks about the significance of why covenants were quote unquote cut. And so it's really important for us to discuss this as we go through the rest of the Old Testament. All right, and then discussion question number 2. This one may require just a little bit of extra research on the internet, but in reference to Joshua. Why might the Israelites keep their promise of safety to a prostitute trader as Rahab and her family during the conquest of Jericho? Isn't all fair in love and war? So, in other words, when it comes to love, when it comes to war, is it true that anything goes? Is that uh, is that ethical? And so, really, we are talking about again, this is a covenant, keeping an idea of keeping in line, talking about this idea of covenant language. What is the covenant that the Israelites make with Rahab and her family? And is that fair? All right, and then again, we go to have a couple of application assignments as well as a weekly evaluation, both timed, multiple choice, and written. Submit those as well. I want to just re-articulate, share again, and I made a video on how to do these assignments because I realize this is kind of frustrating for some of you, and it's not easy for me either, because I know so many of you have been having problems downloading these worksheets. So click on here to download the worksheet. A new tab will open. If you use Google Chrome, great. That's what I'm using. I'm using Google Chrome. It's going to open up a new tab. The file is now appearing, as you can tell, and it's in a PDF form. So if you're using something other than Google Chrome, I don't know what it looks like, but because I use Google Chrome. So you're going to take this. Do not start typing, even though you can type anything you want in these boxes. It will not save, okay? You need to now save the document. Click on the disk, worksheet Epic 3. This is going to my downloads folder. I'm going to save it first. Now I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to open up my downloads and click on my worksheet. Now I can type in my name, and then I'm going to go ahead and save my work, which I just did, and then when I quit, it should be saved. So I can go back to my worksheet and finish it later. There it is. All right. So there you have it. And then you can save it, upload it, as usual. This is how you want to do it. Do not fill in those blanks in your web browser like this. You want to save it to your desktop, save it to your Old Testament folder, or wherever you keep these files. Begin to fill out the form, save it, then you can upload it when you're done. If you have any questions about that, there is a tutorial video, or come back to this announcement video in the announcements and review on how to do that. All right, so those are related to the Epic of Eden reading, and then the second application assignment is just like all the other weeks. Here we have two segments of passages: Joshua 1, Joshua 5, Joshua 6, and then the Samuel passages. So you're going to have two major sections to this, where you're going to respond then to each set of questions about what catches your eye, what's wrong or bad, or what's exciting and good. Is there anything, or what part of the story can you relate to? You can't skip out on that part. You know, there should be something in every biblical story that you can relate to, a character or the plot or the tension, or how God has done something similar in your life. So how can you relate to this story? Where are you finding yourself drawn into the biblical story that you're reading? And then what cultural differences exist that make the story hard for you to understand? Okay, so don't skimp out on any of those parts. Really try to dig in deep and reflect as you write, and you'll do each, in this case, you'll do this 2 times, right? One part for the Joshua passages, and then one part for the Samuel passages. Looking forward to this week, and I hope you all are ready to go. And as we hit the last half of this course, and Zoom Live Wednesday evening, if you can make it, love to have you Wednesday evening at 8:30, and we can discuss this in further detail. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.